Whew. All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. No, okay, it's not morning. It is 12:15. So that is officially afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Great to see you. Am I the only one? So I feel like I've kind of gotten to the depression stage of this quarantine. It's been like hey girl, how are ya? Yeah, I feel okay. So I kind of went through the shock, and I never really hit anger. I don't think I've hit the anger stage of um, grief, but I'm definitely in that depression stage now of the quarantine. I got in the shower today, and I think I used all of the hot water. Hi, Lee, how are ya? Um, I just sat there and just kind of let it hit me and kind of turned up the radio way too loud in the shower and just let the world kind of escape. And I felt like that was about the best I can do given the circumstances. I haven't been able to really leave the house because nobody else has been able to either. But yeah, so I think I've hit the depression stage of the quarantine. And we are, 4 days into it? Oh, good, Lee. I'm glad you took a nice long hot shower too. Sometimes there's, what is this saying? There's something about like salt water cures everything. The sea, tears. There's one more, but rain isn't particularly salt water. There's a very cute saying about how salt water cures everything. I really like that. So yeah, let me know how you're doing with this whole quarantine thing. I have definitely hit the wall. Now, granted, I am still doing what I need to do or what I feel like I want to do, to function and be human. And thanks to you coming back and watching this every day, that gives me a reason to get up and shower. Not so much to get up, but to get up and shower every day, because you don't want to see what I look like in the morning. It's pretty scary. I've also reached the stage in the quarantine where I just pick at things, like my face, little bumps on my arm. Like I just kind of pick. So I'm covered in scabs right now, which is totally way TMI and really disgusting. But I just, like you're sitting here and you're writing and you're like, oh, let's scratch at this or whatever. So that's where I am in this quarantine right now. I am, I've hit depression and I'm just a hot mess. But I look good doing it because I showered. Let's go with that. Yeah. All right. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Crystal Webster. I am founder and Chief Solace Officer of Sharing Solace. I am also the author of Confessions of a Griever, turning a hot mess into an Haute Message, Laughable Lessons for when life just sucks. But above and beyond that, I'm Madeline's mother, and that title I take very seriously. So that's me in a nutshell. We're reading a story today from the book titled Grief, Shaming, and Victim Blaming. This is a very, let's just call it polarizing. This is going to be a polarizing story. You're either going to love it or you're not. There's no like happy medium, I don't think, which is fine. That's kind of how I roll, is you either like me or you don't like me. You like me or you hate me. There's no like, she's okay. There is run away or let's be BFFs forever. Yeah. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're new, make sure to go to sharingsolace.com/book. I spent like all weekend making it pretty, completely revamped it, made it, in my opinion, beautiful. And I want everyone else to see what took me way too long to do. So head over to sharingsolace.com/book. You can get all the details about the book and all that good stuff. You can Sign up to get the first 2 chapters in writing if you want to read them, and all that good stuff. But more so, just go look at it and tell me it's pretty. And then if you want to come tell me I'm pretty, that's cool too. Oh, thank you. Someone, Lee just said it looks great. I appreciate that. As not being a coder or a website designer, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying and I'm learning. So I did what I could. I did the best I could. I hope it looks nice. I think it looks beautiful. Yeah. So, okay, here we go. Today's story, which we selected yesterday, was grief shaming and victim blaming. If you hang around to the very end, we will read, you'll get 3 options for what we read tomorrow. So here we go. Grief shaming and victim blaming. Here's a very recent, like last week recent story. As you can probably imagine, I'm a member of a few online lost mama support groups. Okay, a few might be an understatement. Dozens is more fitting. Tens of dozens is way more accurate. I really don't post my thoughts much to these groups, but I do like to comment on others' posts as a well-seasoned traveler that's been around the block a time or two. I think it's sometimes nice to hear the non-sugar-coated version of a story from someone who can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. Just like employees who have manager mentors, lost mamas need people who have come before them to guide them on their way too. Mostly, I just try to affirm their feelings or give suggestions that have helped me on my own journey. Basically, I kvetch circle them. I comfort in and I bitch out. In one of these groups, a woman I don't know asked if it was normal that it was hard for her to be around and deal with other people's children. After her only child died, she felt angry with the world and didn't want to be around other people's kids. My exact response? That's absolutely normal. It took me years to get to the point of not getting the urge to slap children just for being within arm's reach. Now, if you met me, you know I wouldn't actually hurt a fly. Okay, unless that fly hurt me first or they deserved it. And I've never actually laid a finger on anyone. Again, unless they hurt me or they deserved it. This lady, another complete stranger, absolutely went off on me. How dare you? Children are God's special blessings. You are over the edge, a truly sick person, and you need professional help immediately. Oh my God, lady. Didn't your mama teach you if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all? Keep your damn mouth shut. Or, I guess, if you absolutely must, give me that crying frowny face emoji. Do not go off on a tirade. Obviously, my feathers got ruffled. And the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to peck that lady's eyes out. Not only was her intention to make me feel bad about my statement, but tangentially make the original question asker feel ashamed for feeling the way she did also. I took a step back, gave her the grace that she didn't offer me, and I let her feel like she had the higher moral ground. You see, she was grief shaming me, and I almost accepted and succumbed to it, even all these years later. She made me feel bad for feeling bad. She tried to rip away the strength I was hoping to provide another human with my vulnerable and honest share. Now, what I think bothered me more than the actual words she said was that she herself had lost a child. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been a member of this exclusive group. And went far out of her way to negate both my emotions and the initial poster's emotions. Now, that's just low down dirty. It would have taken her far less energy and effort to just keep scrolling, or even give me a thumbs down and move along. Yes, I did use strong words. Yes, maybe ever so slightly stronger than I actually meant. Again, I wouldn't hurt a fly, but that's my prerogative as the storyteller, creative liberties and all. I wanted to make a point. I wanted that poor grieving lady so early in her grief journey to know that all of her feelings are valid and hers to feel. You cannot guilt someone out of their grief. Guilt and grief are 4-letter words in my book. which I guess means are 4-letter words in this book. Just like you cannot blame a victim for being at fault for crimes committed against them. Comments to grievers that start with "at least," "why don't you," "you should," or "Jesus would want" are on the same level to me as, well, they were asking for it. She could have said no. She shouldn't have been dressed like that. Or they knew what they were getting into. All of the above, if the above statements make your skin crawl, then so should comments about how grievers should grieve. You can't control another's emotions, just like you can't control another's feelings. However, you can control what you say, your actions, and your feelings. Do you really feel better for what you said from your high horse? Do you really got to make that poor griever feel even more shitty than she already does? All right, that is grief shaming and victim blaming. I would absolutely love to know what you think about that, because, again, it's polarizing. You're either going to agree wholeheartedly or, think I'm full of it and shouldn't have made such a connection between the two. So, yeah, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it, but I'd love to know what you think. Do you agree? Do you think that we should guilt grievers out of their grief? Yeah. So, okay. So for tomorrow, we have 3 options. Oh, I see the hearts. Yay. I like hearts. It makes me feel special. All right. So we got 3 options for tomorrow. The options are: A, I will see your Jesus would want, and I will raise you there in a better place. Read Bargaining, My Personal Story. Or B, want to bitch slap that lady as much as I do? We both need to just take a second. Read Just Effing Breathe. Or 3, maybe some retail therapy would help you feel better, but you got to stop suffer shopping first. Read Stop Suffer Shopping. So we got 3 options. A is Bargaining, My Personal Story. B is Just Effing Breathe. And C is Stop Suffer Shopping. So in the comments, A, B, or C. Yeah. And then based on what you guys select is what we will read tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Because, yeah, that's how I roll. I think that's it. I'm trying to think. I feel like there should be other things, but I can't for the life of me think of what they are. So yeah, it looks like B right now is in the lead to Just Effing Breathe. Although really all of these are great stories. Again, I'm biased. But yeah, so please vote because I don't want to make any more decisions. I'm tired of making decisions. I feel like that's all I've done is make decisions. Hi, Corky. And Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Oh, yay. I love seeing all my friends. This is great. Yes. So A, B, or C, Bargaining, My Personal Story, Just Effing Breathe, or Stop. Sorry, I think I just flipped you off. Or Stop Suffer Shopping. Those are the 3 options. Check out sharingsolace.com/book. That'll give you information about the book. Of course, you can sign up to get the first 2 stories in writing emailed to you immediately so you can read them whenever you want. And also, that helps me help you remember to come back tomorrow. Because we do this every day, Monday through Saturday. Sunday, I don't shower and I need a little break. So, but yeah, so that's the deal. Come back. So until I see you tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. Oh, Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. Yay. Okay. So until I see you tomorrow, please get grateful, and I will see you soon.